Now in today's video, we're going to take a look at the Stage SE soundbar from Creative. This is a great soundbar for those of you who are looking to have an improved audio experience on your PC, be it for gaming, be it for, let's say, watching movies. And because it has multiple connection options, this is not just limited to your PC. You can connect this to other devices too, like tablets, like laptops. It's just extremely flexible. So let's talk about the specs first. First of all, we're taking a look at a 48-watt speaker that has two connection options. You can connect this via USB or Bluetooth 5.3, which is again going to give you that flexibility to connect it to devices that are not going to be tethered, right? So you can connect it to like your iPad or any other device. It has clear dialogue modes, which means that the actual voice is going to be clearer, right? It's going to be distinguishable. It's going to be different from the actual, let's say, rumbling of an action movie, for example. Or if you're taking some remote classes, it's going to help you really get that crisp audio coming from the instructor. It has a surround sound setting, and it also has tone adjustment. Now, this is compact, right? We're looking at 16 by 4 by 2, right? So it's going to fit really nicely underneath your monitor. It does have or include a almost 4-foot power cable as well as a USB cable. Now, we talked about flexibility when it comes to connectivity, right? We've been focusing on PCs, laptops, and tablets, but guess what? This also works for your PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, and other devices of that type. Needless to say, it will also connect on a PC or Mac. So let's go ahead and check it out. Now in the box, you're going to find your speaker, and you can see how small this is. I'm going to put both hands so you can see that. So literally, you know, the length of my hands like this is bigger than the speaker. So this is going to be ultra compact. It's also piano black. That's one thing that you need to notice. So I'm sure that it will track fingerprints, but this is not something that you're going to pick up, right? It's just going to go underneath your speaker and you're going to be good to go. You have your power cord right here. Right? It has several adapters here that are going to allow you to connect it here in the US or in other countries, which is nice. And then you have your USB-A to USB-C cable, and then you do have a remote control. Now the speaker has some really cool design aesthetics to it. So first of all, here you have your connection, so you can see your power, you can see your USB, and then also you have your USB-C. And then on this side, you have a dial, right? And it has some really nice friction. So as you're moving through it, you can actually feel the clickies that are going in right in the background. Now on the bottom, what you'll find is you have these rubberized feet, right? So literally, this is your speaker grill right here facing this way. This is going to be placed just like this, and then the feet are going to keep it in place. Your dial, right? And then over here you do have, you'll notice right here, a speaker grill or speaker out, right? So that you can see that as well, and that's going to help with the bass, right? And also with that surround sound experience. So super cool. We're going to plug this in, and we're going to see how this works, right? One other thing I wanted to highlight is you look at that button right there, you can press that on and off, right? So that's also pretty cool. All right, let's connect it and see how it works. All right, guys, so we've changed the audio source so that you can get, again, the full experience of what the actual soundbar sounds like. And I have to tell you, I've been testing this thing out. It has great bass, fantastic for movies, but also great for audio. And our setup is a little unique here because I wanted to change things up. So what you see here is our iPad connected to a iPad docking station. That docking station is connected to this monitor, right? Large format monitor. And then we have Bluetooth connection between the, again, Creative soundbar that's coming over to the iPad. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some audio tests. First one we're going to do is going to have some, again, instrumental. It's going to have some vocals. It's then going to go into the instruments so that we can see how that all plays out. We'll raise and lower the volume. And then after this, what we're going to do is then have some bass so you can hear how throaty the bass is. Let's start with some of the instrumentals and also the vocal piece first.
You look at me like I'm crazy when I shut my feelings out. You look at me like I'm different. Still you stay cause you feel something real. Get so lost in my moments. Doesn't mean I don't need you. I fell in love with your colors. They kinda tell me what I'm thinking. I fell in love with.
All right, so that was the audio, and you're able to hear how crisp and clean the actual vocals came through. Then you heard each instrument coming in, the strumming of those guitar strings,
So now let's go ahead and bring in some bass so that we can hear how that goes. I gotta say, very throaty, pretty deep bass coming from this little guy right here. Uh, and I love the footprint, and you can see how nicely it sits right underneath that monitor. This is like the ultra minimalistic view or setup because it's just with the iPad and everything else is connected. Kind of like love this view.
So guys, that wraps up our review. See you in the next video.